Search engine optimization is a term you probably hear regularly, but what is it exactly? I can set up an entire course on SEO. So in this video we limit ourselves to a number of specific fields that you sometimes see when you create pages or products on our platform. How do they work exactly? And what can you do with it? I'm going to explain it right now. You can go to pages or most of the other pages like product pages or category pages or webshop front pages, but it works the same. So if we go here and we click on edit on a specific page, if we scroll down, you can see these blocks. I'm going to explain these ones step by step to you now. The browser title is the title shown in the tab of your browser. So you can have a maximum of 55 characters. And I including the name of the product or the category where you are, or just the page. So if you're writing about your restaurant, you might want to call it your garden center name restaurant or something like that. So keep it short and to the point. The alt text is a text we use on images. So if they are our standard images, and with standard I mean images you upload over here, so you can see an image of some plant tables, you can add an alt tag to that image over here. And if you leave it empty, the system tries to generate the default text for your images, but you can override it over here. It's best to give the alt text a description of the image. So as you can see over here, you might want to call this outdoor area with plants of garden center ABC, for example. The meta description is the most important one of this list, and I can explain to you why. Meta descriptions are often displayed on Google whenever people are looking for information. So you get the browser title displayed first, that's the headline, and then the meta description is shown underneath. Now we can't tell Google to use a meta description, so even if you add a meta description, sometimes Google decides to display a random text from your website. That's beyond our control, unfortunately. However, having a good meta description makes it more likelier Google will pick it up and display it. If you don't enter a meta description, the system will generate a standard meta description, but it's always better to create one yourself. So you have about 155 characters, and as with the browser title, I recommend you to include the name of the category or page and make a short description. However, the meta description is long enough to include some USPs. So you can include something like, we deliver within 48 hours, we're an award-winning garden center in Birmingham, we only have homegrown peat-free plants, and so on. So try to make this a little bit more attractive, because this is the text people are going to check on Google, and within probably half a second they make a decision to click on it, yes or no. The next one are the meta keywords. Meta keywords aren't really used anymore, so I wouldn't bother too much about it, but if you want to add something, I would say include the name of the category page, and if you focus on local customers, include the name of your location, like the name of the city or town where you're based. But again, don't be too bothered about it. The second one from the bottom is the robots tag. Now, this one is playing with fire, so only change this setting if you don't want a page to appear on Google. If you don't want to have it on Google, you probably need to select no index, no follow. What's the difference between no index follow and no index, no follow? If you select no index and follow, Google will spy their website and follow links displayed on that page. So it will basically skip this page. If you select no index, no follow, Google won't index the page. It won't follow any links on there. So usually if you don't want to index a page, you select no index and then follow. So that's this one. If you select index no follow, Google will index a page, so it will appear on your search results if you search for something, but it won't follow the links, and that's not something you want. And as you can see, there's no index follow option because that's a standard option. So again, only if you know what you're doing, just leave this one empty, please. The last one is the open graph description. Open graph data is data invented by Facebook and is often used when you share links on social media channels like Facebook and Instagram. If you leave this empty, the meta description will be used as the open graph description. And this description is the text you see whenever you share a link. Now, if you're wondering about all the other open graph data, like your store name, opening hours, and so on. That's all generated automatically by the Garden Connect platform. So the only thing you need to do, if you want to have a different description on Facebook compared to your meta description, is to add an Open Graph description over here. And whenever you're ready, just click on save and all the changes are saved instantly. I often compare search engine optimization with stringing beads. You have to do a lot of little things to get a nice necklace. But you can also make a nice necklace without that one specific bead. So the things I explained to you in this video are not the only things you should do, but they really help. But if you don't always use them, it's not a disaster either. Do you still get it? Well, let's move on to the next video, which is about the wish list on your webshop.